Hey, what's going on, guys? Jenny here. I'm back again with this week's Diamondback. I'm not recording this till after the boss is already over, or I recorded it during, but I'm not actually editing it until after the boss is over, so you won't see me. Sorry I didn't get this out in time, but I'm not like a tutorial guy anyways, I'm just sharing my experience with it. I actually had fun with this week's boss. I was frustrated at first, but I actually liked it. It was half cash, 10 bosses. It's kind of a cool little challenge, just getting the cash I needed. I tried a bunch of different strategies, and this is the one that ended up getting me the best, and I didn't feel like retrying it. Basically, I'm just starting out with a bomb ninja, and then I think it's a carrier flagship. Yeah, aircraft carrier. Just to clean up all of the diamond blues and such. And then I get my free glue gunner, and then my engineer is going to be like my main. The engineer and boats are going to be my main source of money, because those are like the best sorts of money here. So I put one of those on, just start making cash, and the bomber and the boat will start making me more money, and I just kind of start building the boats into it. This time ends up with like 33 minutes, and I ended up in, I think it was like 302nd place at the end of the event, so I was pretty happy with that. I think that that's the highest I've been ever since I've been doing these, so I'm getting better. Like I said though, this is, if you're watching this for like a tutorial for future events, I'm getting better at the game, but I'm not like a professional by any means. I'm not a pro. I've just been having more and more fun doing these boss fights in this game. But as you can see, the bomber is doing the bulk of the damage, and then the boat as well. You can set the boat to last if you want, if you have the monkey knowledge that will make it shoot faster, but its primary usage is, it does a bit of damage to the boss as well, but its primary usage is to clean up the insides. So, and I'm just putting down boats to make more money, and using my balloon trap. This boss, like I said, it frustrated me at first, but I actually had fun with it overall. Half cash does suck, but it was kind of a cool little challenge. And then if you know how to make a bit of money, it's not too bad. My original time was like 41 minutes, I think, or something, and I was in like 600 place, so this run dropped me quite a bit. I tried using a bunch of strategies, like I tried using the bottom path druid and stuff, but that wasn't really working, and I tried using a bunch of other things, and none of it was really going. And pretty much every defense here, except for the final two defenses, I just sell off my defense after I'm done, and just mostly rely on boats and the trap to make my money. And I put a rubber gold there just so I can do that. I put camo on one of the villages and jungle drums. I don't know if I did that already, but I do that eventually if I haven't already, to give my XXL trap camo, so I can also trap camo balloons. I also originally was using Entian, because I wanted the extra range and the global camo. She found Azula to be a bit better, mostly for dealing with Moabs, and for her, the totem she gives out. I'm pretty sure I could probably do the same thing with this and just use Entian, and still do just as good, because Entian actually, like at level 20, he keeps his drone out permanently, and it does a decent little bit of damage to clean up. But Azula was also good just for making sure the rounds get finished a lot quicker. When there's tons of Moabs coming out, with her hex, she'll just get rid of the Moabs. I think I get some time penalties because of how long it takes me sometimes. But I do put, you'll see me too, I put here another bomb ninja. I probably shouldn't have sold the first one, but I put it here just so I can avoid getting the time penalty too much, or at least too bad a one, so it can actually start taking care of the Moabs. It'll throw bombs on them. And now I'm just into building up my boats and getting my farming going. So I'll see you on the next defense. To be honest, I don't even remember exactly what I did on my next defense because it's been a few days. So I'll see it when you see it. Okay, here we are on the tier 2 defense. This one actually took me a couple of tries. Like, I cut out some of the fails. The first one was because I didn't sell my engineer, and I only got like a tier 3 top path boat, like a 320 boat. Thinking that was enough, it wasn't. And I had to restart, and then I got a flagship up. I sold my engineer, but that wasn't enough. So, my main defense too my main boss damage is gonna be the master bomber. That's what I'm turning this ninja into. But I still need something to deal with all the balloons. So what I end up doing here, I get the flagship up, And then I just kind of end up microing my ninja, where sometimes I'll switch it to first, because tons of Moabs are going to show up. So I end up just switching it between strong and first. And then I'm still building my boats to make more money, and I'll put up another engineer. I think after this I sell the ninja and get up an XXL trap. Because the XXL trap makes quite a bit of money. But yeah, here's where see, when there's Moabs out, I start switching it to first, so it will start destroying the Moabs, and then that allows the flagship carrier and the boats and his Zeoli to start doing, like, taking care of the balloons. And then I switch it back to strong once I'm confident I'm good on the Moabs. And yeah, you see it's doing tons of damage to the boss, so it's easy. And then I switch it back to first, and that's just what I keep doing. And I still put the grape shots on the money-making boats as well, just because it'll help them do a lot more damage and take care of more stuff. So, because they're also like putting out some defense. Again, switch it to first, and just kind of micro back and forth. Whenever there's lots of Moabs, I switch the ninja to first, and then whenever I'm confident they're taken care of, then I put it back to strong, so it'll focus Diamondback. The Master Bombers are great, like tier 2 or 3 defense, by the way. I use that a lot. But yeah, again, just microing the ninja. It's not like crazy anything, it's literally just switching it between first and strong. So, you know, again here, switching it to first, so it'll handle Moabs. But also, the more damage you do to Diamondback, the less he spawns out. I didn't know that until I did this boss fight. I was like, oh, I guess it seems like he spawns out way less when he starts losing segments. So that was something I noticed as I was doing this boss over and over again to try it out. Try and get a better time. Is that he spawns less and less the less segments he has, so that is good to know. And as you can see, if I had been able to keep it on strong the entire time, the Master Bomber would have like eliminated it so much faster, but I had to switch it so I could actually defend the Moabs. Now I sell that, and I start building up villages again. Discount villages so it's a bit cheaper, and then I'm going to turn one of them into a bottom path village, so that the XXL trap that I'm going to get will make a lot more money. I think I get it here. Like I said, it's been a few days since I've actually played it, so I don't fully remember everything I did. Oh yeah, it looks like I sell these and get the XXL trap. Or I just wait a bit. Because the XXL trap, by the way, it's like one of the greatest money-making things in there, at least for the first like couple defenses. It makes so much money, especially when you put it under village and you combine it with a rubber to gold. It does so good. And then I'll keep like moving the trap, and that's just so I can collect the money. Every time you move the trap, as long as there's enough in it, like I think if it only takes them like one Moab or only a couple balloons, it won't give you the money right away. It'll just stay there and then it'll move eventually. But if there's enough in there, I don't know how much has to be, it'll actually give you the money like that. That's why you see me moving it. So I get the money beforehand. Yeah, the XXL trap combined with the rubber to gold and the bottom path village is real good. That's what I use for a lot of money making and a lot of bosses. And so I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to start building more boats. Boats are also going to be one of my main money makers. I don't remember if I built it here or not, but I can see the rubber to gold and XXL trap, they're going to start making me a decent bit of money, even in half cash. Like, yeah, it's not ideal, but the rubber to gold brings balloons up, I think, back to the regular value, I think. But yeah, so the trap, and I think I end up putting down another trap just below it just to catch extra balloons when it overfills. I also want to say round 79, that's like a money-making round. There's so much, it's just a bunch of regrow rainbows and BFBs, so you make so much money with the XXL trap on that round. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my money-making, and I'll see you on the next defense. Okay, so here's the tier, was it tier 3, I think, defense? Yeah, the tier 3 defense. This one's pretty easy. I just throw up a mad. It's also nice, too, when you sell stuff to keep the boats around, because those will give the extra sell back value. So I sell my XXL trap. I'm gonna get it back after I beat this defense. Basically the same thing as before. I tried to sell off as little farming as possible, so I kept one of the boats. I was able to do that. Same thing as before with the boat. I keep the boat to clean up the insides. Go from there. I also got a glue strike, just to do a little bit more damage. And then I use the Zealous Totem, the glue strike, and the Mad ability at the same time, just to have it do a lot more damage. So this is one of those areas too. I was trying to use like the bottom path druid, but it has so little range. It doesn't have that like range and stuff. And even with all 6 stacks or 5 stacks, however many stacks I can get, I had trouble with it. So here's one too. Just like the Master Armor, I have to turn the Mad back sometimes to take care of the Moabs. The boat will handle the rest, but the Moabs, the Mad's gotta handle some of that. So here's that. And this is, like I said, where Zealous Hex comes in, or Zealous Totem comes in. Her Hex helps out as well, but mainly her Totem. And I'm still trying to build up boats, so that way I can still start making money in the middle of rounds. And I'm upgrading those as well to Grape Shot, so that way they can help a bit with the defense. So it's not as all on the Mad. Still, most of it is on the Mad, but not all of it. And just like usual, I'm using the Totem, Glue Strike, and Mad ability at the same time just to maximize the damage and like pop skills really quickly. And like I said, pretty easy defense. I don't think I had any troubles with this one in any of my runs. It was just the tier 3 or the tier 2 defense that was giving me the hardest time most of it. I think I tried to get like a Flying Fortress here one time, or I did, but I think it like screwed me over because it was good, but it cost so much money and it didn't defend as fast as I thought it would. I throw an Alchemist 2 on the Mad. The Alchemist on the Mad's real nice too because the Mad shoots so slow compared to a lot of other towers that it stays on it pretty much the entire time. So I just get the longer lasting potion because it just stays on it for quite a while, and it just helps defend a bit faster. I'm going to sell it all anyway, so it's whatever. That's also why you don't want to leak too many lives, is because the Zealous Totem takes away lives. So if you sacrifice too many, you just can't really use the totem at all. And that, if you couldn't tell, is far from ideal. But yeah, at this point I don't even need to defend as much with the Mad. Like, I still turn it around, but I actually probably been okay if I hadn't. Also, one of my villages, I believe, has camo on it, so the carrier can see camo. So I'm not worried about that. And even if it couldn't, my other boats, the bottom path boats, use camo by itself anyways. But yeah, just more of the same. The totem, if you don't know what the totem does, it basically like gives a damage boost and all that to up towers, I think. I know for sure it does more damage, because I tested it with and without on this one a few times, and it definitely, the Diamondback dies definitely faster when I'm using the totem. It does more damage. But I think it like does more damage and maybe increases the attack speed, I don't remember, of everything in its range. And you could choose where to put the totem. If you click a zero, it gives you like a targeting option of where to put the totem. So you can choose where to put it. I'm assuming it has to be within a range still. I don't know. I have Azalea set to strong too the entire time. Because I mostly use her to take out mobs, like especially Zeo and G's and BFBs, so that way they don't spawn a ton of insides that will mess everything up. This defense is pretty slow, and I think that's more a case of me just not picking a more optimal defense. Like, Flying Fortress probably would have been better, but like I said, when I tried that once, it goes, well, oh, I forgot I put a sniper there. I put a sniper there to try and stall a little bit. So I put it, it's like a top path sniper. I think I made it faster firing too, and I just put it there. And I put it on last just to stall a little bit so the rounds don't go by as fast. And here I go back to the XXL trap under the village. And as you can see too, during the last one I got the full bottom path village. That makes it everything in its range make a lot more money. And I got a full bottom path boat. And then I'm going to build a mer monkey, a top path mer monkey, and put a bunch of boats in that as well. So I can just start stacking money. Because for tier 4, we're going to build a Dark Paragon. And that's what we're going to use for the tier 4 and 5 defense. So I'll see you when we get to tier 4 defense. Okay, here we are for the tier 4 defense. This is where I'm going to build a degree, I think it's like it ends up being a 46 Dart Paragon. And I need it to be like at least a degree 40 because we're going to keep it for the rest of the run. So that's why I'm just waiting. I built up all these, and I'm just waiting until I build up enough money to where I can get at least degree 40 and letting in a few pops as well. So I built up everything. I built up both Crossbow Masters and all that, and I have a lot of these. I probably should have put a lot of darts more on the left side, so that way I could activate the Plasma Monkey Fan Club and have it do more damage, because so many of them are to the right, and I wasn't really thinking about that until after I had already set it up. I was like, oh, well, I'm not about to restart it. So, here, like I said, I end up with over degree 40, but as long as you get a degree 40, you should be fine. Really, even a degree 20 might be okay, but I think you should get a degree 40. Like, I got a degree 40 because it would defend everything really well. And I'm just using Plasma Monkey Fan Club just to do a bit more damage, and hopefully get him some pops. Like I said, I should have put some of the darts over on the left side, but it is what it is. And then once I feel like I have enough, like, I don't remember how much I saved up, but enough where I put in like at least 150k, I think it was, I put into it, then I will make the Dart Paragon. And this one's pretty slow. If I had done better on my farming, it probably been okay. But yeah, once I make enough, I'll go ahead and just sell everything. Sell all my farming towers, and I'll just build a Dart Paragon. And that's what will defend for the rest of the run. That and the Zealy, and the Blue Gunner. Yeah, you can see the Dart, the Plasma Monkey Fan Club, I think that they actually get down on the first skull, which kind of surprised me. I didn't think they would do that. But I wasn't going to complain about it. And my XXL trap's still making me money, all the boats still making me money, because I still need all of it, like I said, as much money as I could to inject into the Paragon. Yeah, I used the Totem just to make him do a little bit more damage as well. And with all the darts, I was a little concerned here that I was going to die, but thankfully I didn't. I don't remember when I sell it. It's probably like when I get around, I don't know, maybe 120, 130k or so. Yeah. This defense was pretty easy though. Like, it looks a little bit scary because the boss gets a lot of way through the track. And for a timed event, this wasn't great because, like, for timed, obviously you want to kill the boss as quickly as possible. That's the whole point. Yeah, here's where I sell everything. So about round 109 is when I did it. And I actually almost cracked 2 skulls on its own. About a skull and a half, a little over that. Yeah, degree 46. And this is what I defend with for the rest of the run. So, this, Zealy, and the Blue Gunner. I think later I end up upgrading the Blue Gunner. You can see it just handles it. I was thinking too, maybe if I had saved up a bit more. I back out to see if I could have maybe gotten a degree 60. If I had waited a bit longer, but it was too late. The round had already started by the time I built the Paragon. But that's not a problem, because like I said, degree 40 handles it. And I think even if I had gotten degree 60, I think the Diamondback would have gotten out of range, and I wouldn't be able to kill it. I did this before, and I sold the Dart Paragon after this defense. Like, I just got a degree 20 Dart Paragon, and I sold it. And then I built up my farm again, but when I did that, I actually wasn't able to build up a good degree Dart Paragon again. So that's when I decided, okay, I just gotta build up the Dart Paragon, and then just save it until the final defense. Because if I sell it and get my farm going again, I'm not gonna be able to build up a decent degree Paragon again. So that's why I decided I'll just save up while I have all my farms up and get at least a degree 40. And that will be able to handle it, including the final phase. So, what you're watching is pretty much what we're going to see for the final defense, so I'll see you there. Okay, here's the final defense. Like I said, it's pretty simple. It's not the fastest defense, because it's degree 40, but as you can see, it's doing solid damage. I do keep my Paragon on first the whole time. I also got the Glue Rain or Glue Storm, whatever it is, the highest degree Glue Rain effects. Just because why not? I'm not going to spend on anything else. Except the Sniper. I do get a Sniper, I think I make it a 402 Sniper, yeah. And I set it to last just to stall. So the rounds don't end too quick. Although that really wasn't a problem. Like, it was handling it. I don't end up using the Hex for a Zeal anymore because it doesn't affect the Paragon, so there's no point. Because I don't want my sniper to do more damage. It would affect the sniper, but I don't want the sniper doing more damage. I just want it to stall. And if it affected the Paragon, I'd use it, but like I said, it doesn't. And like I said, I keep my Paragon on first, so that way to clean up everything, as you can see. Like, if I keep it just on strong, I tried that before, and the bounces weren't enough to stop the insides. The insides actually killed me, so I just kept it on first the whole time. Because otherwise I would die to all the blimps. Okay, as you can see, going by pretty quick. If I had gotten a degree 50 Paragon, it probably would have been faster. Or it definitely would have been faster, because I think it's every like 10 degrees it does a lot more damage to the boss. It does like bonus damage. And so I kind of wish I would have gotten a degree 50, waiting a little bit, and if I just waited a little bit longer, I probably could have gotten a degree 50, but I didn't feel like trying it again. Like, I wasn't about to restart the whole boss or spend monkey money to restart. So, like I said, I've been having a lot of fun doing these ranked bosses lately. I didn't like them at first because I suck at them, and I still suck at them, but I'm getting better. And I'm not someone who's going to spend like tons and tons of hours like coming up with strategies, but I don't mind playing it like the boss like a good few times and over the time it's out, and just trying to build a better defense. I think it's fun to do that. But yeah, as you can see, the Dart Paragon, it handles it. I also had a time penalty that didn't help either. I don't even know when I got that. I just know I got it at some point. Yeah, it doesn't help. The Dart Paragon doesn't help the stalling because its bounces, I think, are damaging the blimps that the sniper's trying to stall. I'm not sure too. I think it's getting pierced by Diamondback as well. So I'm not even sure if some of the shots made it to Diamondback, but because I didn't have anything else to spend my money on, so I figured might as well throw that in. Sometimes I'm using a Zealy Hex, but that's just, I don't need to. Like the Dart Paragon will handle all defense, but sometimes I just choose it to use it, because why not? I'm actually not sure if I use it at all during this defense. Oh yeah, I use it right there. Just to end the round faster. And that was it. Like I said, this time was way better than I had before. I'll put a screenshot up of the time that I had. And I'll put a screenshot probably at the end of how I ended at. As you said, I ended up at 282. I ended up at 283, or no, 302 at the end. I'll put a screenshot up of that as well. But yeah, 3302, that's like the best I've done so far at all. I made it in the top 300 there. At the end, it was the top 303. I made it 302nd. I did the normal one too. It didn't load here. That's something that keeps happening. When I'm in the game, it'll just like not load the other side. I don't know why, so I have to back out. But I was pretty happy with that. The normal one, I had a lot harder time with the normal one because least cash I'm not great at. I actually enjoy doing least cash lately, but man, it's so much harder. Like, you see, I ended up at 1,000. I don't remember what place I was at for normal, what I ended at, but I took a screenshot of it, so I'll have to see that. But yeah, as you can see, it was in like the last 7 hours of the event. Top 10% for both. I was real happy with that. But anyways, I'll keep doing this every time there's a boss I think is cool. Like, I probably won't do this for every single boss, but if there's a boss I think that's cool like this, I'll do it. I enjoyed this one a lot. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Have a great day. And yeah, see ya.